Alright, this is the start of the Out of Pocket podcast with Vrillard as our first guest. Vrillard, what will you be talking about today?
Well, we're going to be discussing about the far right extremism, specifically Nazism. Yeah.
Alright, so would you define yourself as a Nazi?
Eh, I think people would define me as a Nazi, and it wouldn't be my primary thing to go as, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, okay, that's understandable. So, why do you have like that set of beliefs, like the similar set of beliefs to the Nazis?
hmm Well, that Nazi belief back in the 20th century was basically everyone's beliefs. People back in those times were more conservative, um, and I just think it's a normal thing. It's a natural thing to think like that, to love your people and to love your country.
Yeah. So, following up on the Nazi questions, really, would you say you hate Jewish people?
No, no, I do not hate anyone.
Okay. Would you say a certain type, like any type of people that are different to whites, white European people, should be segregated or treated differently?
Well, not really. Like if we would like detach ourselves from them, there wouldn't even be a reason to make like separate toilets or some bullshit. But yeah, I wouldn't want them living around in our countries just for the simple fact because they're not respecting our culture and laws and everything else that goes with it.
Yeah. Okay. So would you say you personally want anyone who's not European out of Europe, like by blood?
Um, sure. Let's go with a yes.
All right. Um, is there a reason why like you have like um, if you were to change your beliefs, is there like a different set of beliefs you would go to?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
there is. I would probably be a communist, um, simply because there
Mic
is no
off.
other ideology that has made it that far as some achievement. And
Mic
Goebbels
on.
himself has said that capitalism rots the body, which is a bad thing, and the communism rots the soul. And it's like you're choosing the less evil, and I would choose communism as it's a socialist ideology, and National Socialism was also a socialist ideology. So yeah, I find the most similarities between the two. So I would pick communism.
okay,
Yeah,
so
someone commented no food on the table,
yeah.
and that is pretty okay.
So you would
No
say
food, I guess.
so no matter what, you would stay on like that extreme idea, no matter it being far right or far left. Really, you would always be
Yeah,
classed as an extremist person. All right.
of course. Yeah.
Personally, like in your day to day life, how do your political beliefs like affect you? Like, do you walk around the street and if you see like a certain type of person, do you like get angry at them or do you like dislike a certain person like when you see them in public?
No, no, not really. I'm actually not that kind of a person like skinhead Nazi that hits everyone on the street. Like I'm okay with everyone having their own life,
Mm-hmm.
and even if you're black, bro, who cares? Like I have black friends. It's totally normal and okay. Like you didn't choose to live that way, even if it was like bad or anything. And no, regarding the first part of the question, how it affects my day-to-day life, it sometimes does in some situations, like my when my morals and norms have to step in. For example, if you're gonna let an old person sit or a black person sit beside you, I mean, it's just something normal to me. Like, why wouldn't you be a nice to other people?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
I don't know if it really connects to the Nazism. I just think I see Nazism not just as an ideology. That's why.
yeah, we've got a question from Cal which says, "Do you support class struggle? What's your opinion on class collaboration?"
Class struggle. Um, I think the class says everyone should be happy with their life. And for example, if someone works on fucking toilets, of course he's not gonna earn as much money as some dude that drives a truck, for example. And how much job you do, that's how much you earn. And no corruption, no bullshit aside, the minimal pay should be enough to sustain you and your children
Right.
to
Yeah.
live a happy life.
That's understandable. So, following on your extremist beliefs, if you're an extremist, like, do your family know? Like, do your friends and stuff, like people who you relate with in real life, do they know about your extreme beliefs?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, we even spoke about it in the high school and university also. Most of the people here are a nationalists or an extremist, so it's kind of a normal thing, you know.
Right. Okay. So, would you say your family has like them nationalist and extremist beliefs?
No, I don't think so. They're more of like they don't care for politics, they don't care for anything, just what they're gonna eat tomorrow, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Um. So, following on politics, would you like to have a career in politics? Would you like to start your own political party or your own political belief to try and
I
make
actually
change?
have hmm I actually started my political career this year or the last one, I don't know. But yeah, I had in plan to start my own party. It's just not plausible to happen any soon. But yeah, I always had a dream of that.
Yeah. Would you say a revolution started within Europe and it was a National Socialist Nazi revolution? Would you join that? Would you find yourself fighting for a new Nazi party if one was to come about?
Um, I will actually need to take some time to think about that because when you mention Nazism today, most of the people think about the neo-Nazis and
Yeah,
this one fueled with rage and bitterness, and I'm just not into that one. And
yeah,
I don't know, but if other revolutionaries like good far-right nationalists would rise up, I would definitely help or contribute in any way.
yeah. Right. Um. So when you're like living your day to day life, do you ever just like tell people that you're like a far extremist? Like, is it a topic of conversation for you, or do you try to like ignore it and leave it out of like your daily life?
No, I don't actually mention it any like day-to-day base. We just I don't know. We don't get to touch that theme, and I don't need to literally make any points because even if you talk about something about bread prices or something, people will know. Oh, he's a extremist. Oh, he's liberal.
Yeah,
You literally class yourself every day by those small things.
yeah. Is there anyone you would like to invite into the call that's in the audience currently to ask a question, maybe, or to speak on their beliefs?
Mm,
We're open to do so if you
Well,
would like.
Garlic here has his hand raised for 20 minutes, and I'm not sure if he should step on the
Well,
podium.
we can get
He,
him in, but we can also remove him. So if he says
nah,
anything, we
there's
can.
no need. Yeah, yeah, but I mean, sure, he can come up first, then we'll take Liam, and I don't know. We'll
Okay.
see.
Right, we've invited Garlic to speak. Hello, Garlic.
Hello.
Is there anything you'd like to ask
Hello?
Vreloid?
Yeah, Lloyd, can I just ask you something quickly? What's your
Sure.
thoughts on the Islamic invasion of Europe?
Islamic invasion of Europe. I think Europeans literally you know, just let the Muslims in. It's not even a question. Like, it's clearly an orchestrated move from the Europe, from the top guys, if I should say.
Yeah. And how do you
Like,
think
you
they start
cannot
that?
you cannot have few millions of people coming in from one to another continent, even though war has been over for how many years?
So speaking on religion, Vreloid, do you have a certain religion that you follow? Do you follow any religious practices?
I'm an Orthodox Christian, so yeah, I follow my beliefs. I go to church, and you know,
Would you say that
nothing unusual.
would that affect your political beliefs? Because I know there's a lot of controversy whether Nazis were Christian or
Hmm.
Nazis could have been Christian. So has that had an effect on your beliefs?
Well, before it did, yes, but after doing investigations and research, um, you can clearly see that there were. I mean, Germany was a Christian nation. Many of the Waffen SS people were Christians. There were even a lot of Orthodox Christians in Nazi Germany, armed forces, and even government. So yeah, I don't think it corresponds with my political beliefs.
Nice,
Okay, okay.
because
um, if you were
Yeah,
to say if religion would affect like how you would run a country, so say you're in charge, would your religion affect how you ran where you are from or wherever you were in charge of?
it definitely would. Yeah, I think church should be like one of the cornerstones of each nation because even in the times before, the church literally raised the Europe. The whole culture, everything came from the church, and we should save church and make it a part of a nation.
Yeah. All right. Are there any extreme leaders that you follow? Like, do you follow any like? Would you follow in the footsteps of Hitler or Himmler or
yes.
someone?
Oh my God, no! I mean, to be fair, as a National Socialist, I mean half. Well, as Hitler was the first guy to ever, start all that
Yeah.
stuff, and it is normal to look up to him in that way. But as following his steps, I don't think so. I think everyone should try their own thing. Even though the ideology was made by some other guy, there are still like millions of ways to implement it and tweak some things.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. Um, is there a certain like way you would want to run a place, and would you like enforce like your laws because of what you believe, like the Gestapo did?
Yeah.
um, Well, to some extent, yes, of course. I think the control definitely needs to be out there. We, in today's world, you have a lot of idiots. I don't know if they're just trolling or anything, but they're literally menaces to society. For example, we had few people here that did some illegal stuff or something. I don't know. But we voted to kick them out. I think you know what I'm talking about. Those two people about the CP. About the CP. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
For example, and for no, 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 I'm not done.
Okay.
And for example, for example, there are a lot of people like this that if we let the whole democracy play out, one guy's like two dumb guys vote counts more than one smart person's. I mean,
Yeah.
Hitler said it, and I think it's pretty explainable.
Yeah. So, since you class yourself as like a national socialist, far right extremist, would you say you hold beliefs against like Jews or against Muslims or against black people?
No, no, I don't think the anti-Semitism is cornerstone of my ideology. It neither was. It just happened so that they fought this bankish elite, and it happened again so that they were Jewish, and you know things just played out. But I wouldn't like kill them, gas them, or something. There's no reason for that.
Yeah.
Of course, they wouldn't be allowed to own banks. Maybe I don't know. That would throw me in some trouble later on. But who cares?
So would you say that in today's political, like within the political systems today, would you say the Jews are still prevalent and the Jews still have that control that the Nazi Party
Aye.
tried to remove?
Aye.
Yeah, of course. I think they do. I think it's pretty evident also. Um, we have the whole American Federal Bureau and the Federal Reserve and the fact they're just printing money out of nothing. and the whole Congress is being paid back by Jews most of the time. Even both sides, the Trump guys and the Kamala guys, everyone is funded by Jews, and it's just a thing.
Yeah. Cal's requesting to speak, and we've removed garlic tea. So would you like Cal to
Hmm.
come in and speak what he wants to speak about, and see if he has a question for you?
Sure.
All
You
right.
can hop on.
There we go, Cal. You've been invited.
Hello
Hello,
everyone.
Cal.
Hello.
It is a pleasure to be here.
Yep. Welcome to the
Yeah,
podcast.
I was following on the podcast and I have a question towards Will.
Sure.
So, Will, earlier in the podcast, you mentioned that you would become a communist, if it was anything other than National Socialism. Now, my question is, I would like to pinpoint on that. What kind of communism would you sort of adopt? Would it be Marxism, Leninism, Stalinism, or
Hmm.
you're not really sure in that field?
Excellent question. And actually, I would pick Juche, the Korean socialism. I don't know if you heard about it.
Very
It's
interesting. It has been popping up on my TikTok, I would acknowledge, but I am not that educated on it. Would you like to tell me more about it?
sure. So, Juche socialism was made by Kim Il Sung, I think, back in the 40s, 50s, 60s. So it happened when the Soviet Union got dissolved and Korea had to do on its own, basically. And in most simple terms, Juche is autarky for Koreans, basically. They're self-made. Resources are theirs, whole production is theirs, companies are theirs, everything is theirs. They're self-reliant. That's basically it. I
Sounds
don't know
pretty
if you have any
interesting.
specific question. Yeah.
I don't really have any specific questions, but it does sound pretty interesting. So they
Yeah, many
basically own all means of production.
Yeah, yeah, it's a socialism after all. Many people confuse it with communism or the Marxist communism. And yes, it's similar, but I would say it's more similar to National Socialism. It just lacks that corporatism,
Yeah,
and that would pretty much be it.
there there are many sort of variations to communism that are close to National Socialism, and again, variations of National Socialism that are pretty close to communism. For
Hmm.
example, I've been called a communist a lot of times because I'm a chassis. And
Hmm.
for example, I don't know if he's here. Oh, he is here. But Liam, he loves to call me a communist a lot,
Hmm.
which I don't really enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable you can't deny it. It's just a label in this big basket. For example, if someone even is a Nazi, you will be called a fascist. It's just more
Yeah,
known term for regular people.
exactly.
That,
Even
yeah.
even though communism it does sound appealing, I don't think that I would ever become a communist. Even though I do support class struggle, I am against class collaboration myself, and I know these are
Mhm.
communist ideals, but again, that does not make me a communist.
I mean, those ideas were presented by a communist nations. The same ideas could have been brought by Nazi Germany, let's say, then the tides would be different, right?
True, I think I think that they're inherently socialist. We cannot really pinpoint and say, oh, they're inherently communist or national socialist. They're both forms of socialism. So I think that those ideas are just inherently socialist. No matter what branch you choose, you're still on the same tree.
True. Unfortunately, not a lot of people look at that way. Even if you mention socialism, many of people will just go straight to communism, like
Yeah,
the
they just say
only
you're communist.
socialism. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You have any more questions?
No, not really.
All right. So is that you done, Cal? Because we can get other people who want to speak in.
Yeah, of
JFK, do
course.
you have
At the
any
moment,
questions for him?
I have no questions, thank you.
Hmm.
So Carl, would
do
you
you
say
guys
you're
not
done?
have? Yeah, I'm done. If you don't have any questions for me,
I'm fine. Vril, do you have any questions for Carl?
No, it was great talking to you though.
yeah, it was great. Thank you very much
All
for
right.
having me.
Yep, of course, Carl.
No
So,
problem.
all right, we'll get Alfonso on. Alfonso,
All
you've been
right.
invited to speak.
Ronaldo. Oh God. Hello.
Hello, Alfonso.
Yo, bro, hello.
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 Yo, so I was walking in the street, the other day,
In the
and
streets. Okay. Sorry, my mic just, I don't know.
okay, and I don't know. I went to a cafe, and I have a question. I don't know. So
Go
lots
ahead.
of people think that gingers, like people with orange hair,
Oh, okay, those guys. Okay. Those
yeah, but
guys are, I
people
see
say that
them
they do not
people.
have souls. What do you think about this?
Personally, I do not support this. It's like when you see a grown-ass male wearing a skirt, you know. I think it's straight wrong, and I don't know. People should really focus on their health, on their well-being, and those people that have this mental state, whatever it is, should be sent to some, professional hospital that deals with those things, and
Yeah,
yeah, we should get rid of them. It's
and
just
also,
crazy to me for someone to think they can be born outside of this male-female spectrum. Like what else is there? It's been like this for since every time, it's crazy.
so basically, if someone is gay, that
Okay.
should be like a mental disability, yes, and they
Yeah,
go to
sure.
like the mental hospital.
What?
Now, like if someone is gay, you know,
Okay.
it's like a man who loves another man. It's not normal, right? So like, what if you can put them in like a mental hospital so they get better because it's not normal, right? So would you think
Yeah.
that is a good action?
Yeah, I think that is one of the solutions to that problem. There is
But
there is there is more definitely, but that should be the first one that we turn to.
okay, thank you. That's all I ask.
All right, thank you for coming on.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, garlic tea's next up. See what this
Oh,
guy has to say.
again.
This will be entertaining. Hello,
Yeah.
garlic.
Hello,
Hello.
Lloyd. Hello, audience. Hello,
Welcome back.
everyone. I'd just like to ask, what's your thoughts on Bo Sin?
On what?
You do know Bo Sin, the guy Bo Sin.
Borsen. No, no.
If you
Well,
don't know,
Maybe, maybe.
he's a gay pornographer.
Okay.
yeah. So, what's your thoughts on him? Do you think he should have some punishment for his crimes against humanity?
Against humanity. Yeah. Well, mm, I don't know. It's literally my first time hearing about him, but he's gay. He is probably spreading
Yep.
that opinion on internet where
Yeah,
kids can see it.
he posts it
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
internet. He posts his
Yeah,
opinions on
yeah.
the
He
internet.
should be he should be censored or moved to some platform that is not accessible to kids that easily. I don't
Um,
think kids should be open to that stuff.
Yep, totally agree.
yeah, yeah. I agree as well. I would also like to make a request of the host here.
Yep.
Do you see this man in the audience called Dismas Demise?
Yes, there's Mr. Miles. I'm familiar.
Could you please send him an offer to join the call? Because I think he's got some questions.
There's Mr. Miles. Do you
I
have
know
some
him. I know
questions?
him. He's my biggest fan.
Dismas, you will be allowed to join if you have some
Yes,
questions.
baby.
Hello, Dismas. Please do not call me
I
baby.
missed ya.
Dismas.
I miss-
Hello.
Dismas, control your emotions. If you have a question, ask.
Who's H-Man Harla?
That's a person you shouldn't talk about, Dismas.
Yes.
Serious
I
questions
don't think
only,
it's
please.
relevant. I don't think it's
He's my
relevant.
top guy. H-man Harla.
What are those gifts?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is there anyone? We've got DEQ requesting to speak or invite
Yeah, he
them on.
wanted to join earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is
He's
deafened.
deafened though.
There
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go. DEQ, you are undeafened.
He couldn't hear a damn thing since
Alright,
he came.
finally.
Hello,
Yeah, finally,
DEQ. We have
actually, no.
fixed it.
Hello.
Yeah, I was just about to type some. Alright, so what is the topic?
We're talking about Vreloid. He's
Damn.
explaining far right extremism and Nazism. Would you have any questions for him?
Reloid?
Hello.
Yeah, we've talked before, but I
I
actually
don't know.
agree. I actually agree with his views.
Yeah.
Wait, are you? We talked in DMs, right, about a certain theme, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, we actually have a pretty similar views, and we ourselves had a small debate, and it went well.
Ah.
It was
By the way,
about, yeah.
yeah, local, I have a question to you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're non-denominational, right?
Yeah, I'm a non-denominational Christian.
How do you distinguish the persons within the Trinity?
I'd say the Trinity is, I think the best way to describe it would be three in one, because you have obviously the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit inside of one God, basically. Like them three equal one God. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, but like, how do you distinguish the persons from each other? Like, how would you say that the Son is different from the Father?
I would say the Son is different from the Father because the Son obviously is Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ was the embodiment of God on earth. He became a human on earth to show us how the Father works. So I'd say the Father is different because we don't know what the Father looks like. We don't understand. The Father's never came down to earth physically, like Jesus Christ did the Son. So I would distinguish them two by we know what Jesus Christ looks like, and we know he is known as the Son of the Father. And the
Yeah,
Father, obviously, we don't understand because he's in heaven.
are they metaphysically distinguished?
I don't do metaphysical understandings because I don't have enough knowledge on metaphysics at the moment.
Okay, all right. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Because I was just trying to figure out because when you say you're non-denominational, you still need to have a way to like distinguish the persons, and you're either going to choose hypostatic origin or relational opposition. And I was trying to figure out whether you're leaning more towards Orthodox or Catholic philosophy. But yeah, man, just have it
Yeah,
your way.
I'm still trying to figure out what if I would be Orthodox or Catholic at the moment. That is why I do label myself as non-denominational. Because for the moment, I would just say I'm a follower of Christ. I don't. Obviously, I would like to become Catholic or Orthodox, but I'm still learning about both.
I'm sure he'll choose the right one, man.
Lloyd,
Hello.
what's your plans on saving this continent?
What?
What's your plans on saving this continent from the Jewish people?
Oh, well, basically, I cannot do it myself. It's impossible. But with spreading the truth, with making people learn stuff, read stuff, the people are gonna self-awake, as everyone's been talking, and I think it's just gonna come on by itself.
Yeah, that's understood. That's understood.
Yeah.
Why do
I
we
just
have a
like
stream running?
it's just to
Yeah, why do
entertain
we?
the audience, multitask to entertain the audience.
Okay, fair enough. I understand that. Got a nice little view of it on the OBS software.
Yep.
Also,
Broad, are you still with us? Slight bit of a lag there. Vreloid?
yeah.
Oh, that's him.
Uh, he said, what were you brought up into a Christian household or sort of a non-believers?
Me personally, I was brought up in a house of non-believers. I was christened as a child in Church of England, which obviously would make us recognised as a Protestant, really. But I will not be. I will not become a Protestant. I don't agree with a lot of the things that the Church of England does.
Based.
All right, that's good. I have a
They
question
have
to you.
women. They have women in their service, bro.
Yeah,
Damn.
go figure.
Reloid, I have a question to you.
Go ahead.
Are you a Catholic, Orthodox, Protestant? What is your denomination?
Orthodox. Orthodox.
Okay. Are you a Holocaust denier?
Um, I think the numbers are off by few millions. Yeah, I don't think it really happened. Yeah,
So you don't. So you're like a Holocaust denier. You don't think it ever happened?
sure, yeah.
Okay. Sure.
So you totally deny the
That's
Holocaust,
it.
or would you say it's the 271,000 estimate that people have?
No, no, I think that's the fake number too. We don't have a exact number because the Red Cross hasn't officially given one. It's all just speculations and yeah, I
So,
wouldn't comment on that, but definitely the 6 million that has been brought up is definitely not real.
but you do believe that some Jews were killed, and there was definitely a type of genocide that happened.
Well, killing. Hmm.
Yeah. So,
No, I wouldn't say there was a systematical killing. Maybe in some cases, somewhere by an independent opinion of officer or something, but systematic killings as in building a camp, a hospital, a pool, and all that shit to execute them. No, no, I don't think there was something well organized during the biggest conflict in world's history. Uh, yeah, so that's it.
okay. So, would you deny at places like Auschwitz? Would you say they've been falsely built to create an opposition towards the Nazi Party and to create like a set of lies, almost?
Yes, exactly. I mean, the guides at the Auschwitz actually are stating that everything you're seeing during the tour wasn't actually built by the Nazis, rather by the Poles and the Soviets after the war. It's everything is you know, after war made to resemble. Now, we can't be sure if it really is one-to-one copy and if it was used for what it is claimed to have been used. And yeah.
Have you been to Auschwitz? Have you been to one of the camp tours that you can get?
I've been. I've actually been, yeah.
And did your tour guide say that it was all rebuilt?
Yeah, I actually had to ask him because they weren't saying those things. Either though above some of the doors before you came in, it actually said that it's a reconstruction and yada yada blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah. Because I have been to Auschwitz and I was not told that it was rebuilt. Did you do Birkenau as well? Um,
No, just the Auschwitz now.
oh, okay, right. Are you aware
How
of
would
what Birkenau was?
Yeah.
Alright, DQ, what were you going to say, sorry?
yeah, how would you respond to the Nuremberg trials?
Well, it was a farce, and the whole trial was a fake one. And
Hmm.
no rules were followed, no laws were followed. Everything was made on a spot. The sentences, the mentioned laws, and just they wanted to make Stalin feel happy, and
Hmm.
someone had to answer to those non-existing crimes, and the crime of removing the Rothschild from the bank, and that's pretty much it. It was, you know, literally they had no evidence. Evidence was pre-made for the trials. Um, Literally, not a single wartime document was used, and everything by the UN and the allies that has been gathered, or as I like to say, made up, was used, and that's it.
All right.
Yep.
DQ, do you have any further questions for Lloyd?
Yeah. It's not National Socialism related. Can I still ask it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah. What do you think about primal diet?
Primal diet.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just eat whatever mom makes. I'm not.
Wait, do you have an
I
opinion
don't
on
have
that?
a. What? No,
Do
no,
you
I
have an?
haven't. I haven't. Nah. I don't watch out for my diet. I just cook something up. I eat it, and I don't even count the calories. It's not a thing that like I know people that have a hobby like this, but no, it's just too much of a work for me to be honest.
Yeah. All right. I will. These were my questions.
Do you have any more?
All right.
Or is that everything, DQ?
Loco, actually, you. What do you
Yep.
think about primal diet as well?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never heard of primal diet. I'm guessing is it like just meats or just red meats?
It's
It's like
it's that one guy that eats a liver on TikTok.
Oh,
it's
the
raw.
Liver
It's
King.
raw food.
Rotten and,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Oh,
alive
okay, I
meat. Yeah.
understand. I'd say due to scientific studies, obviously it does improve your body in some ways, but long term, I believe the science has shown that it will hurt you basically, and it although it could give you benefits at the time, I think overall it would ruin you. Like it would stop you from being as well as a person as you could be. Your health would deteriorate
Hmm.
after time because you do need cooked meat because obviously that's how infections travel, and that's obviously why people don't live as long. Well, used to not live as long as we do now when we cook meat. You can look at that through the history of the human race, really.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm not following the Liver King, whatever it is his name was. I just follow Ajanas Planet, who's a nutritionist, and he made the primal diet. But I don't know about this Liver King guy. Yeah.
He's basically a person on TikTok who only eats raw meats and salt.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All
One
right.
of
Well, these
our
were all my
one of
questions.
our viewers actually said that Liver King is a scammer and he uses steroids, and they actually caught him. So
Oh yeah, you can tell 100% when you look at him. His muscle mass is way too
definitely,
much.
you cannot have those muscles with just meat. Yeah.
Yeah. Do I have further questions?
No, these were all my questions.
That were all your questions. Okay. Thank you for coming on. I'm gonna put you back as a member of the audience. I thank you for coming on. I thank you for asking questions. We've had quite a good chat between us.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Alright, is there anyone else who would like to speak apart from Dismas and Garlic? Because we've had these on
Yeah.
already.
I mean, I think everyone was instead of Cosmic and yeah, just Liam maybe. I
Liam
don't know.
maybe. Liam has some strong opinions. Or Pork, if he wants to come
Mm,
on. We are taking requests of people. Obviously, I will get Alfonso, Garlic, and Dismas in if no one else wants to come on, but they've already been on, obviously. So I want someone else to talk. That hasn't been here.
mhm.
So would anyone like
Or
to speak?
if anyone has a question, you can, and you don't want to hop on to the podium, you can just type in the
Oh yeah,
question.
put the question in chat and we will read it out. That's
Yeah.
all.
Garlic said he has another good question.
Okay. We'll get Garlic in for the final time. Garlic, this is your final
Yeah.
your
Don't let this
final
be the
chance.
final time. Don't let this be the final time because
It
this is a
has
good
to be
question.
fair, but obviously
This
Oh
is
you've
a good
got
God.
question.
your time to ask questions now, so take it wisely.
All right, so Fair Lloyd, bro, what's your thoughts on Goatus?
On Gore,
Goatus, you know
Gotes.
Goatus. He's like the guy who like ate raw meat in the forest, and he likes 15-year-olds.
Man, I'm not up to date. I'm not following anyone that, you know, does those stuff.
Well, what's your thoughts on the people of the Netherlands?
People of the Netherlands, I think they're German, 100%.
So do you think that they should be a part of Germany and not be free?
No, I don't think they should be a part of Germany. I just think they're Germans.
Right. What about the people from the UK?
Eh, I don't know. They should leave the Irish alone.
No,
That's all the commentary. Yeah, yeah.
smoke up them Irish, bro.
England should cut its own fucking grass. You know.
Do you want to know a fun fact about the host's uncle?
We are not going to be making no
Sure.
fun facts
The
about the
host.
host's uncle. Thank you. Is
Man,
anyone
I
else
was
who?
I was getting hooked up. I was getting hooked up. I wanted
Yeah,
to hear that.
that he is not coming back on. Alfonso
Okay.
will get you back in here.
Liam asked where I'm from. Liam, I'm from Serbia.
Alfonso,
Republic of
hello.
Serbia. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
It's
Hello.
which one of you said that you are a non like you're like I
Non-denominational
cannot
JFK.
pronounce.
Christian. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
me,
yeah,
the
yeah.
host.
So personally, I am a traditional Roman Catholic. I study in theology. Why don't you want to become Catholic?
It's
Or
not
why
that.
haven't you?
Why haven't I? Personally, that's because when you look at Catholic, being Catholic and being Orthodox, I prefer the spirituality of the Orthodox. I lean towards more towards their spirituality and like how they are more spiritual and have like a. I wouldn't say a deeper connection, but they pray more and they pray differently. And I like the Jesus prayer which they have. But I also do like being Catholic. I went to a Catholic church last Sunday. I prayed as a Catholic. And I'm trying to just learn more. Honestly, it's fully down to not having the full experience of being Catholic or being Orthodox yet.
Well, it's kind of hard to become a Catholic nowadays because the church. So do you know what the Vatican II Council is?
No, I do not.
So in 1962, the church had a big meeting and they said we're going to change a bunch of things and we're going to make the church more more modern, more modern ideas, and they're going to
Yeah.
change everything. So when I say I'm a traditional Roman Catholic, that means I go to the church that is before all the changes happened. So before that happened,
Orthodox.
no one even knows this. No, it's not Orthodox. So it's a Catholic church, and they
Bro,
had
tell name me one thing that Orthodox Church has changed um,
nothing.
since the beginning
I'm
of the times. Yeah.
not talking about the Orthodox. I'm saying the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
When
but you
in
said
before they came,
I'm a Roman Catholic, like the first churches that didn't change anything, and that's literally Orthodox churches. We didn't add a single thing. Everything has stayed since Jesus left. Only the Catholics has been changing shit up, and you know.
exactly, bro. And I'm telling you, this is why it's
So
very
you're
hard.
Orthodox.
No, I'm not. Let me let me finish.
Okay.
So before 1962, all of the mass was a different like format. There's like different number of altar servers, different traditions, and everything was in Latin because that's how it was since the Roman time. But in 1962, I forget which pope, but like almost all of the popes since then have not been good. They
Mm-hmm.
changed a bunch of traditions and they made the church more modern. And this is why I go to the traditional mass because I am not a part of this modern church. I mean, I am because I'm a Catholic, but it's sad to see what the state of the church is in right now. Because before the Vatican II, like their traditions and just everything about it was way better because it would actually help you get to heaven. Like if you go to a modern Catholic church, uh, you like what's it called? Like a certain point during the mass, you like turn around and you have to like shake your hands and say peace be with you, peace be with you, and it's so lovey-dovey, bro. Like it's not real. But like in the traditional Roman mass, I mean, I don't know if there's one close to your house, but I go to one and I have to drive, or my uncle drives me an hour every Sunday. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's very traditional, you know. And when you come to receive the communion nowadays, people believe it's just bread, right? But the traditional rite and how it should be is it. We don't just believe it's bread; it's the actual like body of Christ, like body of Christ. So when they consecrate this host, you know, like when the it's kind of like a blessing when he turns this piece of bread into the body of Christ. We have to treat it with like it's actually the body of Christ because it's consecrated. So in the new church, you walk up to go receive communion. I don't know, you'll have some random woman or some random person just up there. Like you could be the neighbor or something, like someone who helps out at the church, and he could just say, the body of Jesus is upon you, and then you take it in your hand and then you eat it. You see, this is not good. In the original church, no one is allowed to touch the body of Christ except the priest because he has consecrated hands. So when you
Doesn't
go
the
up,
priest give you the bread like inside your mouth
yes,
right away?
yes, you have to
Well, yeah,
literally
you're
eat
not
it.
touching it.
No, not at all. And if you do,
Well,
it's a sacrilege. So that's why the traditional rite has always been better. I mean, I could go on about hours about this, but I know obviously there's more people who want to speak, and you guys don't maybe have all the time. So yeah, I just think that well, it says in the Bible that there will be a like a downfall kind of the church, but it will never like completely like be destroyed, and then we'll have an uprising again, So that means like it will be a golden age of the church. So everything will return to tradition, and the world will become like basically normal again. But when that happens, that means the Antichrist is coming soon. So right now we're not in the phase, but it may come. I don't know, 50 years, 100 years. I don't know, my lifetime, my children's
No one
lifetime. I don't
knows
know.
the time, bro. No one knows the time.
Actually, got the
But
father
yeah,
knows.
that's it.
Yeah, we're really off the theme, We just
Yeah.
hopped on the
We've hopped to
church theme.
religion, but
Yeah,
it's okay because we are quite deep in. I would like to ask one thing though, Vreloid. It's out of context, but what do you think of Gabagool?
of gabagoo.
Yeah, what is
But
your
I
what is that?
think
opinion on
it's
it?
delicious.
You
I
think it's
think it's
yeah,
delicious.
yeah.
Yeah, I eat it for every single
And would you
dinner,
say would you say you're up in the club?
I wanted to swear, but yeah,
You can swear if you
yeah,
like. It's okay.
fuck yeah.
Oh yes. Um, Alfonso, do we have any other questions?
I know I have to go take a shit, so I see you later. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye, my friend. All right. Do I have anyone who hasn't
Whoa,
spoken who wants to speak?
Ali.
Does Ali want to speak? Seriously?
Yeah, I think no, I don't think she was. She was, bro. I don't think she wants, but she has some pretty complex thinking behind, and I think she could
Liam,
really bring up.
Liam, would you like to come up, my friend? I know you like to talk, Liam. You talk a lot. FSB. Oh, we could get the owner up in here, Il Deuce. Be very nice to
Yeah.
get him in here for a few minutes if you would like, as we all love
Um,
someone.
we got a question from FSB. What do you think about money and should all rabbis get 500K a month for their hard jobs? Um, I hate money. I mean, you can't hate money because world revolves around money, of course. You can hate the people that are controlling the money, so that's a thing. And yeah, I should think they should get 500K a month for their very hard and exhausting job. Ilduce asks, how the fuck do I leave this
He's
channel?
stuck on the call. That's a smart question. How do you leave? You actually stuck here infinitely.
He actually doesn't have a button. Okay, he altered forward basically.
Okay, it's been requested that Dismas Demise comes in. Would you like him to come in for a load?
Sure, of course, of course.
Okay, let's get him in. Dismas, anything terrible and you are gone. I'm sorry, but I can't have you saying horrible stuff, Dismas.
Hey, so what do you think about the JFK case?
JFK case. It's
Yeah.
really interesting. I mean, JFK didn't want to give Israel its nukes. He was against the Federal Reserves. He was against the CIA. He wanted to limit their power, and he was actually one of the last great presidents of USA. And I think he tried his best, although, yeah, even his people betrayed him, and we all know how that ended.
Lyndon B. Johnson. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um, just to add on, yeah, JFK wanted to rewrite the CIA, wanted to recreate it. He wanted to make sure the service couldn't be corrupt because it was getting corrupted, and then obviously it came to his tragic
Hmm.
end where it came to his assassination. And still to this day, Trump said he would release the JFK files, and it's still been a struggle to get them released, and haven't came back out.
Yeah,
And
because
they weren't
Didn't
fully
they release
released.
them all?
They released some of them on the JFK archives, but these ones,
Mhm.
not many of them, not all of them are official documents. They won't release some of them because apparently it's against public security, even though this was over 60 years ago, and we're
Yeah,
still working on
literally all the
security.
files they released have the brackets and the Israeli agency. Oh God.
All right.
Yeah.
I know it's not really about me, but we've got a question from DEQ. Am I actually liberal? I am a liberal nationalist, which is what JFK's belief was, and I agree 90% with the belief because I don't believe because liberal nationalists, like people who fully agree with the movement, would say that if a person moves to somewhere and has citizenship in that place, they are from that place. And I don't agree with that. I think to be from a place, you have to have that by blood. But to sum it up, I would say I'm not a liberal. Like I'm not full liberal. I would say I do have liberal beliefs in some ways. I do agree with some liberal things, but overall I would say I'm more conservative leaning. I would say really I'm either centrist or centre right in the end. Thank you for the question though. Dismas, do you have any other questions?
Garlic has one.
Garlic has
Can I
one.
get him up here?
Garlic's been in here 3 times now. Garlic's taken.
No.
Yeah, no, no. What do you mean?
I'll allow it. I'll
No,
allow it.
Dismas.
Yes.
Dismas, you are not in power.
Yes, I am.
Do you agree with
I am your boss.
that?
JFK, you have really interesting question from the chat
Yeah.
right here.
Um, where the individual is a fundamental unit of social and political life. I would say it partly. I don't know. It's a very hard question to answer, to be fair, because obviously I know that people should like have their vote and have the belief and like be able to be a part of the greater political stuff, but I don't know if I truly fully agree with it. It's a very hard question though. That I wouldn't say I fully agree with it, but I wouldn't say I fully disagree with it.
Interesting.
Then again, I don't know too much about it as well. I will keep that in mind. Is there anyone else who has a question? You can put it in the chat or you can request. Oh, okay.
He asked another one.
Okay, do you agree with the volunteers' consumption of true supply? No, I don't think we should really be separate from our natural traditions, and especially what we used to do in the past. I agree with that. Like we should definitely change and try and develop from some traditional ideas. But overall, I don't disagree with traditional and like living in nature and keeping nature alive and stuff. I definitely don't disagree with it at all. But I definitely would say we need to develop and we need to think about what we might have to remove to make sure that we can develop as a society. There any more
Okay.
questions from
I, al-
myself or Vrillard?
I also got a question. What do you think about Putin? Well, as an Orthodox and Russia being Orthodox nation and a defender basically of all Orthodoxity, I like Putin to some extent. It really depends, like, on what subject we are talking about, but generally, I like him even more when this special operation kicked in. What do you think about that, GFK?
Honestly, I haven't been following the war. I didn't really follow it from the start, to be fair. I don't really want to be involved with it. I couldn't care less. Personally, I think both are in the wrong. I think Zelensky is just money hungry, and Zelensky just wants money for Ukraine. And I think Putin's just being land hungry, and Putin just wants to take over Europe. Really, I think eventually, if he took over part of Ukraine or the full of Ukraine, I think there's definitely a chance he would try and take the rest of Europe. I disagree with both sides.
What do you think next country Putin should take? I mean, would take?
Would take
If
honestly. I
Mhm.
don't know what he would take, but I'd definitely say he would probably strike towards Central Europe to try and push through. I don't know if he'd specifically take one place. I think he'd start a multi-assault with the size of Russia, to be fair.
Yeah, something
Probably
like
Baltics.
Poland, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
Baltics
Yeah,
or Poland.
yeah. Definitely
Yeah,
places that are like very close, but he definitely want that push for Central Europe.
but why does he profit from that? What does he get? You know,
Well, he gets land, he gets his power. I don't fully know how his land works. I
Russia,
never followed.
Russia doesn't need any more land. Look
Yeah,
at it.
but I think to be fair, I think Putin just wants the power and he wants to be able to seem stronger. Definitely.
Okay, fair enough.
Cal, I'm gonna invite you in. You've got your hand up and you've only been in once. Might as well get you back in here.
You think Putin is still a Jew?
No,
I don't think he's
definitely
Jewish
not a
puppet.
Jew.
Jewish straight ahead.
No, a Jewish
Hello,
puppet.
Cal.
Hello. Hello there.
Welcome back.
Do you have any
Thank
questions,
you.
Cal? Your
It
hand
is,
was
it is
raised.
nice. It is nice to be back. Well, yeah, I would like to follow up on um the National Socialist part. I think we're way beyond that, but I would like to come back just so I can clarify something because it's been on my mind.
Oh, of course.
Hmm.
Yep. So, Mr. Will, Mr.
Yeah.
Will, you said that you do consider yourself, sort of a National Socialist, and that now I would guess that you are a socialist, by
To some extent, yeah.
economy.
I love my
Yeah.
people. I
It,
would support a socialist economy. So yeah.
okay. So, what kind of idea do you have when it comes to the liberation of the working class? Do you believe in a sort of a violent revolution? Do you believe in a peaceful reform? How do you think that, if it had to be done, how would the working class be liberated from the evil capitalists?
Well, thank you for the question. It's a great question, and I would wish that it could resolve itself via some voting or something peaceful, but it's clearly not possible. And in order to make something great, you need to give a lot, and that means human lives, and I think revolution is needed for that sort of change. It's a big change. It's not like overnight change also. So
Yeah, exactly.
the whole mindset of the people needs to change.
Kind of like, kind of like what the Bolsheviks did in Russia. A bit of a
Mm,
controversial opinion, I know it, but kind of like what the Bolsheviks did in Russia.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can compare that to, and we can only compare it to that Bolshevik revolution. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
something
if
like
you,
that.
yeah, if you look at it on the logical side as well, do you think that the capitalists who actively exploit the working class would even allow us to, grasp of that same power to even think of the idea? No, they would keep
Definitely not.
suppressing
Yeah.
us. They would keep suppressing us
Yeah,
like
it's all
like
about, it's
always.
all,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's all about the money and the power, and no one is giving away that.
you are correct.
All right. I was following the
Yep.
chat for a second and everyone was spamming something. Uh,
Spamming.
it's not, one guy said it's not the same thing, what get me up, and I can't remember what he was talking about.
Well, I don't know, honestly.
What's
It's
your
all the
thoughts
casting.
on people who abuse benefits? Well, abusing benefits. What do you mean by abusing benefits? What kind of
I think
Um,
benefits?
I think he knows. I
he
I think I know.
means
It is
the
Living off
benefit
government
system.
taxes.
Yeah, so the
yeah, the benefit
benefit
system.
system that the government gives out to people
Oh,
who.
okay. Well, that's a corruption, and I have a clear, a clear belief on that. I think corruption is bad. Abuse of power is bad. Like if you're abusing your position to that extent to get something just for yourself, why are you really like doing that? The country is in a minus, your people are at a minus, and only you are the guy that is
Because
benefiting from that action. And let me just finish,
yeah,
please.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I'm just not that type of a guy that would serve with those benefits. It's just so strange and crazy to me to even think or try to do something like that. But yeah, I mean, there are people who are gonna abuse the system, milk it basically, and it says more about them than us. So yeah, that's my thought on that.
I mean, Mr. Vale, if I have to say my opinion on it, I would like to say that the whole idea of benefits, it is a good idea. For example, Adolf Hitler gave out benefits to women who had a lot of children. I think it was more than 3 children or 4. They were having a lot of children back then. And but nowadays with the decrease of culture is also the decrease of certain populations. And there's people who, yeah, they abuse the benefit system For
Yeah, but
example, a lot of people.
that is more of a social welfare program, like government's assistance. I was
Yeah,
talking
but
more about the corruption and the abuse,
oh, the
as it was the
corruption.
question.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
because there are a lot of people who, for example, sadly, in the UK, they go to the UK and they fake, either whether it be a disability or a health issue, just so they can get benefits, and they don't work. Okay, they're lazy. They just milk the country off of its benefits, and they live their life. That's arguably also a liberal idea because they choose their own indiv- individualism
Mm-hmm.
rather than actually being helpful and helping out said country or state. And I can compare that as well to socialist Bulgaria. I wasn't born back then, but my parents were, and I've been told a lot of stories. Back then, if you didn't have a job, you would be taken to the police and they would find your job within 24 hours, whether it be cleaning toilets or just driving trucks or just being a
Yeah,
cashier, or waitress or whatever. They would find your job, and if you refused to work, you would go to prison.
yeah, yeah. I mean, everyone should be granted the opportunity to work anywhere, and then from that point, you have some experience, and I think you can just grind your way up.
Yeah, that is correct. It's also the people
Deck.
who milk the system. I think they should be given a choice whether you whether you go and work or you just leave.
Okay. I'm sorry to stop you from talking, but we're coming up on a time limit. We've just hit just over an hour mark. And is there any final questions? Maybe to get back on topic about anyone want to talk about National Socialism or right wing extremism like we were originally? I've been told DEQ wants to come up though, so might as well get him in quickly. If he has
Yeah,
anything
and
to
he
say.
wants to talk about our theme, so we can end it up with the theme.
Yep.
So it looks like we,
I'm going to
yeah.
remove everyone. Thank you
Also,
for speaking again, Cal.
oh, okay.
Oh, let him say. Let him say. Let him say.
Oh,
Wait, wait, hold on. Let him say. Let him
okay,
say.
okay, okay.
Get him back
Cal, come back.
in.
Alright, DEQ and
Please
Cal
come
will
back.
have you two as our final speakers.
Yep.
I don't know.
Maybe
Seriously.
garlic.
No,
I
we're not.
listened to the whole
Garlic
conversation.
has been in way too many times.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for keeping me on.
The people's choice, Cal. Okay, DEQ.
Yeah, so I listened to the whole conversation, and now I was trying to figure out whether Cal was making a kind of an argument against National Socialism or its economy.
Oh
So
no,
I'm trying to
no,
figure
not
out.
at
It's
all.
getting heated up.
No, no, not at all. My
Okay, okay.
Okay.
argument was that those
But
people
why?
who
I have a question. Hold on, hold on. Why would you even compare the Bolshevik Revolution to the Germans? Because you did compare them.
what I said was, at least in my opinion, the only way to liberate the working class is through a revolution and not a reform. For example, Bolshevik Russia did that. They liberated the working class through a revolution under Lenin.
Yeah, a radical revolution that killed millions of people.
Ooh,
So
Well,
it wasn't just a revolution. We're talking about radical revolution that
massacre.
or what? All
literally
revolutions are
obliterated
radical.
millions of people. No, no, that's
Okay, do
not
you
true.
think that capitalists would let you have that revolution, all that power to seize the means of production, for example, under like a little ballot or a vote? No, they won't. That
In some
that
case,
is the
no,
only
that,
way to have a successful revolution.
I
yeah.
think
So you
there
think
was a
killing? Wait,
different
you think?
situation
Oh, so
in
you think
Germany
killing
and
people?
in Soviet Union, and I don't think. I mean, it's glad Germany didn't have its civil war because it would have been a bloodshed, and I don't think Germany could have left the Great Depression that
Yeah,
greatly. And yeah,
that
I
is
think
correct.
it was just a different situation in
Just
each
a
country.
revolution doesn't require killing people, you know.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't require,
requires
but most of the time, someone's gotta take the blow, you know?
exactly all revolutions require sacrifices. Some are violent, some are not. It's just that Russia and Germany are two complete polar differences, different examples. Russia was exploited by the Tsar. They were living like peasants. The literacy rate was almost zero.
Whoa!
What?
Watch your damn mouth.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
They were
let's.
exploited by the Tsar. Literacy rate was almost
How?
zero.
How?
They were poor peasants. They were poor
Yeah,
peasants.
I mean,
Okay.
I would prefer to be a peasant rather than being starved from my own government.
And the communist. Yeah.
I mean, peasants still
Yeah.
ate, right? They weren't starved.
How did
Is that
he?
why?
How
Is
did
that why
he?
Stalin gave free healthcare and education to everyone, and almost 100% of the Soviet Union's population was literate? Are you calling that starvation or whatever you're calling it? Is that why
I
Stalin
mean,
turned the Soviet
how is
Union
how
from
is
an
giving how
no, no, can I
are
finish?
you
Is that
are
why
you trying to
Stalin?
justify
Can
Stalin?
I
Are you trying
finish?
to
Can I
justify Stalin?
finish?
No,
No, can I
no,
finish?
no, no,
No,
no, because
I'm
I
making
was
a
make
point.
no, I was making a positive claim.
Okay,
Okay,
okay, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm just
not.
asking you a question.
Well, you cannot
As
ask
you
me a
mentioned
question while I'm still
starvation.
making my positive claim. That's not how debate
Okay,
works. Yeah.
okay. You mentioned
Yeah.
starvation, and I'm asking you a question.
Yeah. Are you trying to justify Stalin by saying that he gave free healthcare,
What's
or
starving?
education? Hmm?
What's starving?
Yeah, the Holodomor.
The Holodomor.
Yeah, do you know about it?
Yeah, I do know about the Holodomor.
Yeah, so do you deny the Holodomor now?
No, I've never denied the Holodomor. I am not, just to clarify, I am not a communist. I'm just defending the Bolshevik Revolution, you know?
Oh, you're defending the Bolshevik Revolution.
Yes, because
Uh,
both Russia and Germany, we're going back to that point, they were completely different. Germany was allowed to have a normal, peaceful reform, that kind of revolution. The situation in Russia was completely different. They were illiterate. They couldn't write and they couldn't read.
that's not
Do you
true.
think they
That's
would
not true.
have really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
You're
true.
Okay,
you're
okay,
gonna have to
let's
prove that.
let's let's not get into a debate and let's not get too out of topic. If you'd like to finish up what you're saying, just agree to disagree, really. Because we are running out of time for the podcast, and we do have Garlic too who'd like to ask one
Yeah,
more
we can
question.
we can definitely hold a debate next time
Yeah,
regarding that
definitely,
theme.
definitely.
Yeah,
We'll
sure,
do a
Yeah,
debate podcast
sure.
very soon. I've got plenty of time to start doing them.
yeah.
Now, if you want a request to come on, just DM us.
Hello.
Garlic T, what would you like to ask?
So my last question is for Cal. Did the police still search your house, bro?
Nope, they've never searched my house. And the people who came to my house weren't police. There were people from my school who just they were like, oh, you know, you shouldn't do that, you're joking around with friends, blah 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 blah. You know,
Joking
police
off
never
with
came to my
friends.
house. You are not, yeah, because I was passing notes, with my friends in class, and my dumbass friend, he drew like a lot of swastikas on it, and that reached my teacher, it reached my um the head of my like year course, and they were pretty pissed about it, so they just came over to my house because it was a no-school day, and they were like, you shouldn't do that, this, gave me like a little fucking pep talk, and I just went to college on the next day. It's just that this stupid guy, he didn't listen to my story the first time I was telling it, and now he takes the piss out of me.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, on that note, I'm gonna remove everyone, and we'll go back to just me and Vreloid, and we'll finish up the podcast here. Thank you for everyone for speaking. Hope to have you again. If you would like to come on the podcast and have your own episode, please send me a DM, and we'll sort you out a date and a time to come on.
Yeah, I think it was really even though we made big discretions,
Yeah, but we went off
um
topic a lot. I've had a lot of fun
it
discussing
was
with you, Vreloid. It's been a great time.
yeah, me too.
Obviously, if you'd like to come back on, just DM me, and we'll find a date where we can speak again and sort this out again. But
I'll definitely come back for some more next
yeah.
time though.
I
Yeah,
mean, we'll always be hosting them with. I'll always be hosting with different people, and obviously you can come in the audience. You can request to speak, ask questions. You know, we'll get you
of course, of course.
in.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say before we end, or would that be it?
I think I have a message for everyone in the server. Um, I think everyone should start reading some good literacy and turn National Socialist like a true Chad. And I want to say hi to the Master. Yeah, he's my biggest fan. Um, we had our squirrels, but yeah, he's a good guy.
All right,
Wanted to greet him, and yeah,
right. Is that it?
that's pretty much it.
All
Yeah,
right. I'll speak to you probably very soon in the chat. To be fair, um, have a great
all
night
right.
though, and it was lovely speaking to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here, same
All
here.
right. Goodbye.
All right, have a nice day.
Yeah.
See ya.
You too. Bye. All right. Hello guys. It's just me now. Thank you for coming in the podcast. Thank you for talking. Well, thank you for listening. Even I'm very sorry about that. Thank you for listening. Yeah, this has been the start of the Out of Pocket podcast, and I hope we do more episodes very soon. And I hope what you heard today, obviously, you should come into this expecting to hear some out of pocket stuff. I'm surprised there were no Heil Hitlers or no slurs dropped, but obviously there's definitely a lot of people in here who have strange political beliefs, but that's the point of this podcast. We're a non-biased podcast, and we're going to find out why people believe what they believe, and we're going to figure out how we can prevent this or how we can see why they believe it, and we're going to try and understand people. We're going to try and see people's reason. I'm not here to say that I'm a Nazi or I have these beliefs. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm a liberal nationalist, but I don't have bias towards left or right sides. I'm not here to judge people. I'm not here to condemn people for their beliefs. I'm just here to simply understand and spread the word of what they think. I'd like to thank you all for listening, though, and this is going to be the end of the Outer Podcast on the first episode. Thank you and goodbye.